every episode starts with this. I want to go back to a brief moment ago when I had to go back out to the car to grab the packages.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And the look that you gave me when I said, "Oh, I love it, your backsplash. It matches the rock on this wall," and you just.
Well, it was when you said, "Is that intentional?" And I just.
You just happened to have leftover and just did it, right? Why not? Fuck it. Who cares?
Just stick it on the wall. See what happens.
Let's see what sticks.
Throw it on the wall and see what sticks. Well, fuck it. It's just backsplash.
There's adhesive on the back. Just peeling. Oh.
Well, the backsplash, the original backsplash in this house was a sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so sad. It looked so bad.
You can tell.
It was, oh yeah.
You can tell by the way it's flat. It's
that it was flat and peeling off the wall. It was real bad.
Your house has started to feel less industrial.
And a bit more like a home.
Was that your goal?
Sure.
Okay. Then yeah. I just mean yes, but it's a tentative yes depending on your objective.
What answer are you wanting from me?
I don't know how to respond because I don't know what's going to curry the most favor with you. Do you mind providing me
with a little context?
Oh, if I wear a redacted shirt, do I have +5 favor? Like I'm disguised a little bit, or it there's like a set bonus.
Right.
The more redacted merch I wear, the more likely you are to be like, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I don't use enough redacted emojis in my text, I won't get a response.
I have emojis?
I don't know, I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah.
You do everything. You could do anything.
Have you ever... He did you so good you could do anything?
No, and I'm still looking for him.
Not since the accident.
You ever just gotta go less than on a bitch? Where you go...
Right.
The accident. If your pee-pee got broke. I took a lot of steps. It made a lot.
Those were some leaps.
No, it was a small staircase for me. In my
One
head.
giant leap for the rest of mankind.
One small step for me.
One giant leap for anyone listening.
You're just screaming to a bot, screaming to command. What the fuck is he doing? Would you survive in space? What? Would you want to?
What?
Could you?
With a spacesuit or
Sure.
just out raw? Because
Yeah.
no.
Can you raw dog the void of space?
No. Humans can't.
But I thought you were built different.
I am, but not like that. I'm built differently even than that. Do you remember that episode? It's the thing they won't tell you. Do you remember that episode of Magic School Bus?
He looked like a booty hole.
When he just... Not that, but yes.
Yeah, but Miss Frizzle got the Riz.
Yeah. But that episode when, Arnold or whatever the fuck his name is, the little redhead one.
The ginger kid, yeah.
Yeah. When he's like, I'm so fed up with this. I'm just going to end it. And I'm like, he knew what was going to happen.
He's got glasses. He paid attention.
I'm like, they just decided to show
death,
an attempt on children's.
He just needed to cool his head a little. That's why they painted his face blue in that scene. It's fine.
Listen, he was terrestrializing before anyone.
You right. Dude, that was a Game Freak leak. Bro.
Yo.
What the fuck?
What, 20 years early? What? Dude, bro. Yo.
Oh my god.
Destiny's 9 years old.
Okay. Well, this last season has felt like 9 years, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Just a fun fact.
Yeah. Apparently there's a really good warlock build that can solo dungeons right now. That's not too it's not a heavy investment sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, maybe I'll peep on my warlock. And then I'm just I played the Dawning with Steph and Denny, and I'm like,
did you throw some snowballs?
Actually, I didn't throw any snowballs. We didn't even get to that. We were just
doing. Did you even play the Dawning?
Well, so we and now that I think about it, I kept thinking we were doing Dawning stuff. No, we were just catching up on story stuff and then making cookies on the side. I know,
Cookies
side
on the
cookies.
side, beach.
A Triscuit for a brisket.
Well, I signed in because
Biscuit
I was
cookie.
like, brisket cookies. Tasty meat cookies. I signed in.
Can I have some of that meat cookie, baby?
Yeah, that game where they all come on the cookie.
I want to do the cookie.
And then I'm always last.
I want to,
On
you know those
accident.
cookies that suck that people still make, where it's like a sugar cookie that's like indented, and there's like essentially what
Hershey
looks like a
Kiss.
Hershey Kiss in it. That's like me taking a shit.
What do you mean? What looks like a Hershey's Kiss?
Because it's not a Hershey's Kiss.
What is it?
Chocolate. I'm assuming that the one that like the grocery store makes is not a Hershey's Kiss.
I bet it is.
Why are they lying?
What the fuck? Lying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Quite fucking lying. Easy. And now this. Do-do-do-do. Anyway. You forgot to? Cheers.
Cheers to that. It's 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Happy New Year. Woo.
Ooh. I thought about wearing earlier today. I was wearing my science shirt that I wore
that's a good
in the
one.
very first video version of this podcast.
Oh, okay. It's a nice
And I was
little
like,
return to form.
maybe I'll wear that. And then I chose not to.
Mhm.
Because I was like, New Year, but a callback. But then I was like, but we didn't start on New Year's, so like,
No.
doesn't work.
Mm-mm. Now, if
Stupid.
only we
Take
could-
it off.
You idiot. Fuck. And
I'm
just
saying this to myself in the mirror. Take the fucking shirt off.
how about you go look at yourself shirtless in the mirror and just go, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And that's love, baby.
That's love. Like, he's a hot, stupid man.
Mm-hmm.
There on the other side of that mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If only I could get there.
If only I could get to him.
How do I?
There's a hot man through this strange portal
How do
and
I
I can't
attach
reach
this
him.
leash and collar to the mirror?
Oh my god.
Address it. You won't.
No.
New Year's, more importantly.
New year, new comment.
I'm just here for that brief moment where they, and you know who you are,
They.
had your heart sink for just a moment. That's the terror I live for.
Did you feel the fear?
Maybe. It's the same reason why I follow redacted accounts on Twitter, not because I their fan art and stuff's whatever. It's good, but I don't care about any of that. I just wait for someone to write something about I wonder what this month's audio is going to be or next month's audio, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Want me to find out? It's just a little just to be a pick me shit.
Uh-huh.
So, how was your New Year's?
It was new.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Well, of course.
I've never had 2023 before.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I was a little nervous to admit it, but this is my first time too, actually.
Wow, 2023 virgin. How brave.
My hole's not ready for 2023. And by hole, I mean the hole in my heart.
Yeah. 2023 was it was
Mid. 2023 is been mid.
New Year's 2023 it was fine. I don't care about New Year's. It means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Upon reach, I didn't do anything for it most of my life, and upon reaching drinking age, it was an excuse to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I stopped drinking, I was like, why am I gonna stay up till midnight?
You right?
If not to play a game, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like an activity, but to just stay up
I'm
for
not
that.
just gonna sit there.
I'm not going to a New Year's Eve party
No,
on a
I'm not
Saturday night.
I'm not watching some sort of New Year's special.
I'm not spending my Sunday hungover so that I can go to work on Monday because I didn't get Monday off. Because, the government gave you your holiday this year. And that's what it feels like, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
Speak on it.
I am.
Louder.
Oh, okay. And I don't like it.
Say it again
It's
for the
fine.
people in the back.
I don't remember what I said.
I know.
You don't need to taunt me.
Say it again. You won't.
Say it.
You
say
don't
it, Odie.
remember. How was your New Year's evening?
The stream. I ended up streaming because I did last year.
Ew.
Yeah, it was mid. No, it was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We hung out. We played a lot of Among Us. Just kind of played a little bit of everything. Did some media share and stuff, and then tried to be up for everybody. And then I was like, all right, it's after midnight. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. And like Tyler had called me and she was like, you should come over. Like, what's going on? Like, gotta like see Daisy and like, moms and everything's here. And I'm like, I mean, I'm still like streaming. So like, I don't know. And like, I'm tired.
Right.
And I'm like, Tyler, I love you to bits. You're a delight. But you can't like invite me to New Year's Eve in the new year. you could have called me sooner.
Right.
Is all the point I was trying, or like let me know, and I could have accounted for that, because I was like I did feel bad because I didn't end up going over there, because I was like, well, I could go for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, it's not going to end up being 15 minutes, and I'm like, it's already 1 a.m. at this point,
right?
And I'm like, I'm not going to be going to bed till 2:30 at the earliest, and quite frankly, I'd rather just go to bed now, and try to get a little bit more sleep.
Yeah. New
Year's Eve life hack they won't tell you: go to bed early and wake up well refreshed in the new year.
Just sleep through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New Year's will come either way, whether you're awake or not.
Yeah.
It's not always about you, Linda.
The emissions.
The emission?
Night emissions?
Nocturnal emissions?
Yeah.
When I produce
like
semen in my sleep.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a guy thing.
Get into it.
They won't tell you about that.
Some people will.
Yeah.
Even when you don't ask.
Oh yeah. No, some people will show you.
Yeah.
And that's wild.
Yeah.
I do want to go into my like the quest for my new year for my underpants.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I think we should do the hello first.
Hello.
Before we forget. Hello, welcome. I guess I could just say it.
To the Hell Yeah
podcast. Brought to you now in 1080p. It was in 1080p before, but it's in 1080p again. Consistency.
New year, same us.
Mm-hmm. We haven't changed.
We're back by popular demand.
People wanted us back?
Someone did.
Don't
call it a comeback.
I've been here for years. We've almost been here for 2 years.
Ew.
I know. Mid.
Smile.
All right. So we went last week. We went over the underpants thing.
Yes.
And we looked at all the different colors.
Yes.
And yellow underpants are where it's at.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Did you wear yellow underpants this year?
I wore blue.
Oh, that's right, because you needed like physical health.
I desperately need any sort of help.
Last year, did you do yellow underpants?
Absolutely. I've worn yellow underpants since the day I was told about this thing.
How long ago was that?
Probably 8 years ago.
Have you feel like it's been accurate?
Yeah, that's where all of my success has hinged, was the underwear, I think.
Do you feel like there's been a good correlation? Of in a astrological sense.
I've experienced prosperity very recently, and I think it's through hard work in the channel and not the underwear.
Do you think it's not been like a continuous, because like you're getting a bonus for doing it year after year, like that consistency?
Apparently it all cashed out 6 years in.
Okay.
And it said, okay, now we're gonna start.
Now we're pissing gold.
So maybe there's like a 6 year like waiting period. Like you gotta prove your merit. So
I have to prove my merit over 6 years? Clock.
That's great.
You telling me it only gets worse from here?
Listen, the best time to have worn yellow underwear was 6 years ago, but the second best time
is next year.
Next year.
Because it's not today. I went on a Homer's Odyssey of sorts to find a single pair of yellow underpants.
Yeah. So
picture this. You're me. I'm sorry.
I hear the screaming.
I was going to say it, but yeah. And I was messaging you. I was like, it was yellow. And you're like, yeah. And you were like, I actually already bought mine, like ahead, like being smart, ordered them ahead of time.
Well in advance, because I knew.
Today, or the day that I was doing this was the 29th. And I kept thinking that tomorrow was New Year's Eve.
Right.
At the time.
Right.
Which luckily I did have a buffer day. So I was like, maybe I can get something on Amazon. And there was a few things on Amazon that were like, we can get it to you by like Saturday. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I go to like check out and I adjust my address from Chicago or Colorado to Arizona. And it's like, we can get it in like Thursday, January 6th or 5th. And I'm like, I'd rather die. Excuse me.
Wow.
It just kind of came.
Yeah.
And then I let
That's what I tried to tell people, but they didn't. Somehow that excuse didn't work for me.
I don't know why you're letting this one slide. Well, did you let it come into your hand?
Well, whatever was closest.
See, that's the problem. I contained it.
Is that so?
Yeah, if you're just like, oh shit, sorry, and just
Right.
lick it, stick it, split it.
Well, I'm not as flexible as I used to be.
Yeah, obviously.
My tendons said no.
You the
No more.
opposite of flexible. You rigid.
They said we're locking down, baby.
You said I hope you like tools because you a rigid boy now.
My body armor locked. That was from my Halo Reach fans out there. I experienced health problems.
You think Master Chief stays in the suit because he too has tendons that don't bend?
Could be.
That's possible. Why not?
Well,
An icon.
prove him wrong.
A guy-con.
Maybe he's dead and the armor's just moving his dead body around. That's not
Do you
what's
think
happening.
it doesn't he doesn't ever have to use lubricant on the suit to bend around it doesn't get creaked up or anything because the suit jacks him off and uses his own fluids?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So
The
I
underwear.
had to go find these underwear, and I couldn't get them delivered to me, and I'm like, it's a single pair of yellow underwear. How hard could it be? I'm like, they sell them, and I had I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Target because Target, pair of thieves. Ooh, that's some good comfort, baby. I like those. Wearing them right now, and I was like, they might have a solid yellow because I'm like, it has to be solid.
It does.
That's important.
It do.
And I'm like, and I had in my back pocket an idea of no matter what, I know I can get these. So, but I don't want to get them because if I'm going to get yellow undies, I prefer them to be comfortable.
Right.
So I go to Target. This is also a story of how I went to the store for one thing and got everything but that.
Yeah.
A good time.
Yeah.
But I did buy a quilt for my bed, because the comforter in the summer gets too hot. Yeah. And Tyler took her quilt when she left me.
That bitch.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it was hers.
That bitch.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love you, Tyler.
His hand. Die, please. It's fine. But also, this one's cool. It's comfy. It's good. I'm happy. Anyway, I go to look for it. I'm at Target. I'm looking at all the underwear, and I'm like, I look at all the pair of these ones, and I'm like, there's no yellow. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, it's 11. It was I think it was 11:30 or 12 at this point. And I'm like, it's a Friday or it's a Thursday. And I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I'm like, I do need to go and get these things. It may have been Friday. I don't remember. Actually, no, because I streamed that day. So I think it was Friday. And I'm like, I got to get it today. I can't go home without them.
Right.
But I spent 10 minutes. I looked at all the other ones. And then I went through all the packages of shit. And I'm like, none of them had it. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I could have swore as a kid, I had yellow underwear.
It's not a common color.
And that's when I realized, no, it's not. Men don't like it.
Right.
And so it's typically just
grayscale.
But that's okay. You like a weird vomit forest green? We
got
those.
You. Well, that way when you shit yourself, you can't tell.
Mm-hmm. You guys don't eat their vegetables. They don't have green poop.
Right, but they eat a lot of blue Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, men.
The imperious they, I don't know about.
Men.
I wouldn't know about that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know you could just eat those. Or do you just... would men...
Well, men
just pick and eat them out because men pick and choose what they want.
Listen.
Men think that they have power.
You're not going to believe this. I've heard that men...
The pussy is supreme.
I've heard that men go to SourPatchKids.com and custom order a thing of Sour Patch Kids with just the blue raspberry and the red ones. Because fucking men.
Because men just get whatever they want.
They get whatever they want.
The hubris.
That's what fucking men do.
Was it expensive for men?
Men get a 5-pound bag of that. And then it doesn't arrive until they have COVID and they can't taste them, but they eat them anyway. Because that's what men do.
That is some men
That's
shit,
some
though.
men shit, though.
Man shit is getting that thing that was tasty that you really fucking wanted, realizing that you're sick and can't taste it, and just go,
well,
maybe I'll taste it.
Yeah.
And then you eat it.
Yeah.
Ooh. for a moment of seriousness, I did have a moment of like realization as I was putting spaghetti away last night. I was like, it's like trying to like put it all away, and I was like, oh, I was like trying to pull some off with the spoon, and I was like,
splashed in my eye.
it's a little bit for me, and I'm like, ooh, a little tasty. You know, you eat a little bit out of the pot. It's okay. You're nasty. You wash your hands. And then I like grabbed another, and I was eating it, and I'm like, you know, this would be like a funny TikTok of like me. I'm not hungry. Me at 3 a.m. going goblin mode, and it's just me eating it. And then I went, you know, that's not really funny though, because like I am already eating it, and I'm not eating it as a joke. I'm sitting here eating spaghetti with my hands at 11:30 at night, just shoveling it into my mouth. I'm like, this is binge eating, Steven. And
been there.
Yeah, I told you this is a real serious heartfelt moment of like, I went, oh, because I'm like, I don't binge eat. I genuinely didn't think that I did.
Oh, I do. I know.
And it was that moment last night at 11:30 where I went, this is binge eating. And those other times where I'm like, fuck it, I'm just so hungry. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go get like probably more food than I should from McDonald's and eat it all at once. Like that is also binge eating. And I'm like, I went, I don't want to do that. And so I just continued to put it away, and like was very proud of myself for like recognition, self-control, and making an action, recognizing it step one, and taking an action on it was step two of, well, I don't want to do that. And now I'm trying to be a bit more mindful of it. And I'm like, probably also why I weigh the same that I did last year is because like, regardless of what I do, it's like, well, yeah, but then you go and eat a fucking food. Anyway, it was a positive moment overall. Like it wasn't like a crying spaghetti vine, but me with real depression.
Yeah.
Or, you know, binge eating, regardless. I cannot find them at Target or Target. And I go, okay, not a big deal.
Find popcorn?
They did have popcorn, yes.
Yeah.
And I did make some purchases. So I had purchased.
Okay.
Yeah, like not important, but like I had purchased.
I didn't steal anything. I made some purchases.
Yeah. Made purchases. So
Pokemon cards.
No. Actually, I don't really buy any Pokemon cards. I'm really weird with like buying.
That was a joke because like there was that whole thing about like people would buy them at Target, and then like Target had to like stop selling them or hide them behind the counter or something because people would like fight.
Yeah, like legitimate fights because like they got really popular with the unboxings.
No, I can't tell that story. It's okay.
I used like even like Magic cards. Like I tend to just go online and buy singles from like Card Kingdom and shit because like I'll buy cards specifically for a deck I'm trying to build. Yeah. Like although it's fun to buy packs, it was only fun to buy packs when I worked at the game shop. Sorry, when I volunteered my time at the game shop running Adventures League and got store credit. Discount. And then it was like the Ultimate Masters are coming out. These packs that have these, you can have some really good cards. And I pulled a fucking
some GG.
I pulled a $75 card out of it. It was it's a tutor card. I think it's Vampiric Tutor, where it's you pay 2 life and you can go find a card and put it into your hand. Like it's a GG card. Demonic Tutor. That's what it is. You don't have to pay life. Anyway. I'm like, okay, so Target doesn't have it. I'm like, big brain. I'll go to Walmart. Yeah. And because I was like,
they got multi-packs.
Do you want to know what Walmart has? Fruit of the Loom.
Yep.
And then no one wants to settle for Fruit of the Loom.
You know, a Fruit of the Loom basic shirt, it's not terrible. You just have to know. You just have to go into it with an open heart and an open mind, knowing what you're getting.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't care about. I'm talking boxer briefs.
Right.
Like nothing's worse on Christmas than getting boxer briefs and it's a fucking pack of Fruit of the Loom. Yeah. Because it's like these won't fit right.
Yeah. They're gonna pinch.
Like I don't know why they simultaneously think I'm a popsicle stick. Right. And also like a salsa bowl from Chili's with the little legs on it. Mm-hmm. The bottom of a Lotad.
If you will.
Mm-hmm. God, to be topped like a Lotad. Call that a new leaf. Cross that animal. I went to
Cross
Walmart.
That animal off my list.
Yeah. Endangered.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Went to Walmart. Could not find it.
Right.
And
Did you go to Ross?
We'll get there.
Okay. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
I went to Walmart and I put everything, like I keep it all there.
You caused a problem.
I'm the guy at the record store who's flipping through the records too loudly. But that's me with all these fucking underwears.
Right.
And I like, there's like there's 2 employees there, and I'm like, do you know if you guys sell yellow underwear for men? I'm like, I understand that there's plenty of yellow underwear in the women's section, but like,
right. That's a bridge too far.
It's a little bridge too far. Yeah. If I had to,
Right.
I absolutely would have.
It's worth the prosperity. But it would be nice to
rock.
get,
I prefer not to rock some whale tail.
but it would be nice to get just a long-term pair of underwear out of
But
this.
also next year, if I'm feeling a little bit better, get some low rises, maybe I will rock
Right.
it, have that confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be like a rich little slut next year. But this year I got to work towards it.
You better work, bitch, as they say.
So I ended up talking to them, and I'm like, do you guys know about the whole underwear on New Year's thing? Which I realize now I sound like a fucking crazy person. If you're an employee at a store, slightly sweaty,
Right.
a natural state,
Yeah.
coming up and talking too fast, going, do you know if you guys sell yellow underwear? You know the whole New Year's thing? Like, I need to find yellow underwear. And I just don't see it. Do you know if you guys have any for men?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
you
I
could
then
have just said
explained-
you have yellow underwear.
I've realized that I tend to give way too much explanation and context because I feel like it's necessary for me to remember it correctly.
Right,
What I
that's
need,
fair
the question
enough.
I need to ask. But that is something that I actually am trying to be more mindful of like especially like at the store and stuff. I'm like, I can just ask a question and it's not rude. I don't need to couch it and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm trying to work on. But talk to them, blank stare. We laughed about it. It was a good time, but like no luck. And they were like, well, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like, well, I guess I could try Ross near my, like, there's one relatively close by that I'm like, I could go there. But like that's like that last ditch effort, like whatever. And then like, as I was pulling out, there's a Kohl's nearby. Cause I went into my GPS and I typed clothes. Cause I'm like, cause in my head I was like, there's Walmart and Target. I don't know any other stores.
Nothing else sells clothes.
There's
Nowhere
no
else
store.
has ever
Like
sold a
who would
clothing.
else? There's no underwear store.
No.
Well, not for men.
Calvin Klein.
Yeah. Apparently that's the second time I heard that, and that was very funny.
They're
because I didn't
kind of
know.
known for them.
I didn't. Whatever.
They sell lots of clothes.
I'm not
but
inclined.
They also sell underwear.
But I ended up going to Kohl's, and I'm like, Kohl's has got to have it.
Kohl's Cash.
I will be spending more money for them at Kohl's.
Well, the Kohl's Cash.
Correct. Exactly, the Kohl Cash.
Kohl's Cash.
Very sweet moment as I walked in this like feeling like things are like happen. Like I've been putting a lot of effort into things like in my own personal like day-to-day stuff with little like chores and stuff, and I'm like starting to see things. I walk in and they have on sale children's books and they had if you give a mouse a cookie in Spanish.
Oh.
So I bought it so that I could, and I gave it to my sister because like they're gonna raise the baby to be Luna to be bilingual. And I was like, this is really cool. I'm like, because it's a good story, or it's dumb. Fuck that mouse.
It's about greed,
Right.
greed and avarice.
Avaricio.
Except the mouse is never punished.
That's capitalism.
You want to teach Luna about punishment? I'll find a Spanish
there a
version of
train?
Thomas the Tank Engine. That'll be my contribution. I'll
Duke
be
of
like,
Sodor.
I'll be like, learn about being a useful engine, and when your use is up, you're gone.
Remember, nobody protects you.
It's dark.
Everyone has to protect themselves, which we don't blame them for, but it's important to remember.
You have to show that you have value, and that value has to be measurable
You
to
can't-
an archaic entity above you.
But you also shouldn't be afraid to show that you have value, because otherwise they'll never know.
Because otherwise they'll just destroy you for no reason.
But don't be too confident,
Right.
or they'll take you off.
There's
the rails.
nothing worse than showing pride on the island of Sodor. You will be punished. You will be brought to your lowest.
It is hell. It feels like hell.
It's more of a purgatory, I feel, because nothing ever changes. Except for very occasionally, someone will manage to like rise above and leave, but then they'll still probably come back and be ripped to shreds. Emotionally, though, not physically.
Why are there
Although
so many trains
occasionally
on this
physically.
island?
Because it's a bustling island.
How big is this island, though? It's almost like a continent.
It's as big as it's as it.
Is it as big as your cock? Is that yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big fat
Yeah.
Sodor
It's as
cock.
big as my magnum dong.
Your premier peepus.
It's huge, like my penis.
It's your humongous hanger.
It's my gigantic capicola.
a elongated erection. Your hefty hog.
Penis.
Yeah.
It's my Cranky the Crane.
Mm-hmm.
That's for my Thomas the Tank Engine fans out there.
People love it.
Tens of them.
Yowza, that's a yanker.
Wow. That's big.
Mm-hmm.
That
cock. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, I ended up I actually had I called Sin. I just wanted to see how they were doing, and I was like, they're like, what are you up to? And I'm like, looking for underwear, and they go, what the, because they hear me going fap, 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 on like the boxes of the underwear, like
maybe we don't say that.
Flap, 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 flap.
Yes, make sure the W is very hearable.
Like when you slap him through books, like you only got a limited amount of money. Like your mom finally gave you $20 for the Scholastic Book Fair, but it closes in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're just like flap, 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 flap.
Yes. Heavy W.
I got so sweaty, like so worked up because it was storming too, that I had to take off my hoodie and I'm just like drenched, and I'm just like,
just pretend it's rain.
I am very sweaty, hovering circles and doing laps in the men's underwear section of this Kohl's. A menace.
Yeah.
Not a single pair. Not a single pair of yellow.
Kohl's.
I understand.
I'm going to be honest. I would not have even thought Kohl's sold underwear. I've only been in a Kohl's like 4 times. Mm-hmm. And I've never known why I was there. I was always taken to the Kohl's.
I wasn't happy to go to Kohl's of my own volition.
And then I was just there, and I was like, what do they sell? Like, who is Kohl's in competition with?
Kohl's is
Bed Bath
weird.
and Beyond?
It's weird.
It's
and
Kohl's
it's too expensive.
Yeah, Kohl's is one of those places where I'm like, they don't have everything, but they have more things than any sort of a specialized store. Like,
do you like the outlets, but you want to go to one store?
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
off. But not at outlet prices.
No, above outlet prices.
It's a very odd place, Kohl's.
They had a pair of high top Converse for $80.
They're so expensive.
And that is upsetting.
I haven't bought Converse there, but I have gone there and gone, that reminds me I want Converse. And then I went and bought them somewhere cheap.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, they should
Converse.com.
Like the whole point of Converse is that it's not like for like basic like I personally want some like black no shows and or no tops, and it's like those shouldn't be more than $45-$50, and like that's a high end in my opinion. But that's probably about where they're at because inflation.
Yeah, they're probably like 60 now.
My brain's still stuck in 2009.
Yeah.
Price wise, so now it's like our parents where they're like, the movies used to be a nickel. Yeah, and you'd see footage from the war, the news from the front.
They'd show the talkies. The only time I remember, I one time went to a Kohl's, and I don't remember what it was that Kohl's, and I don't remember what I went in there for, but I found it.
I didn't go to that Kohl's, by the way. I went to a completely different.
Right, I figured it wasn't that Kohl's, but.
Not that Kohl's has any meaning, but like
we know what it means.
Yeah, but it's not a secret meeting. It's just we just know which location we're talking about.
I went in there. In there on lunch from when I worked up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason, I bought a jacket that was overpriced, but I still have. That was not fancy. I liked it because it was so thin. Because it was cold in that office all the time. But like not cold enough that you need an actual jacket, and also like it was cold even in the summer, but like you'd look a fool with a jacket in the summer.
But a light jacket, it's always stylish,
right? And they had a pair of boots that were fantastic that I still own. So I have bought boots from Kohl's. Yeah, and they look great.
I love that for you.
Thanks for
I have some clothes. And how would you rate your experience
at Kohl's? 2 out of 10.
The line takes 8 years.
The line, I couldn't find.
And there is no line.
I couldn't find the exit. No one was at it. There were 20 registers.
At least IKEA tries to help you.
There were 20 registers strewn haphazardly across the front of that Kohl's, and yet there was no one to be seen. There was a person at the jewelry counter who looked like they were trying to hide behind, but like I'm like, ma'am, it's lit glass. You can't hide. Like I see you. Yeah. It was very confusing, and I was like, I'd just like to leave. I'd like to pay for my product and leave. And I wasn't allowed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I I bought it. But yeah.
I kind of want to go to IKEA.
I love IKEA.
Because I want to get a
fucking
bedside.
love
I want to
IKEA.
get a bedside table because like I have this like weird wooden one that like my mom was gonna throw away, and I was like, I'll keep it because like
Yeah.
I'll use it, but I'm like it does not match anything, and I think I'm ready to. I think I've hit the point in my life at 29 and a half where I'm like, I kind of want stuff.
I finally bought a bedroom set, like a set.
Oh,
and it's amazing.
Is this newer than the last time I saw you?
No, because it's getting delivered in 2 sections,
it.
so you've seen everything I've got, but the rest of the set, like
I was thinking sheets and stuff. No, you mean like the
like
actual set, like
bed, nightstands.
Yeah, I really like your nightstands.
Thanks.
Well, like one thing, you remember Brandon and Taylor have this shape?
Yeah, couch table.
Couch table. I'm like,
A little C table.
I would love one of those. Well, because one thing is like with my current bed frame, that is like slowly breaking, but like it's got that big scratch, like the big plush on the back. Is I had a little thing to like hold like a phone or iPad or whatever for like because it'd be a lot nicer, but there's literally nothing to like clip it to make it work, and it's like that's fine. It's fine. I'm not. I said I wasn't gonna get mad.
I said I wasn't.
I said I wasn't mad. So Kohl's a bust.
Yeah.
And then spent 10 minutes in line to purchase a $5 book.
Yeah.
That they probably would have stopped me if I just tried to leave.
Probably.
Oh yeah, LP's sicked on my ass. So I'm tired, and I have purchased quite a few things.
None of which were the original.
Correct.
Goal.
But to be fair, they were things that I like needed. Yeah. Like about a quilt, about a toaster for $10 because I'm like, I'm making burgers. I want to toast my buns.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, $10. And I kept, and I read the user manual for the toaster, which seems a little like, okay, it's a toaster, but it's like,
okay, yeah.
They include it. They say to read it before you do use it. Like, what if there's secrets in there? Secrets. Oh man, Prison Break was really good until they escaped from the prison. And by very good, I just mean it was entertaining. They got put in
the other prison.
Yeah, but then it's like we're done.
I was done with that show before it started.
I know, but like
I'm done with every show I've watched osmotically from Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you know? Like, I love Matt O'Malley. He's great. I've seen like probably season 1 of Grey's Anatomy in its entirety like 4 times, but I've never I couldn't tell you what happens.
Yeah,
they save the day, but sometimes they don't. And Meredith is on top.
The original ones spell magic. Their first names spell magic.
For the original group of people? Like their
Meredith,
last names?
Izzy.
Mm-hmm. O'Malley.
That's his last name.
Oh. Patrick.
No. Magic. So it's going to be A, G, and C are the ones that are left.
Is it Andrew?
Alex. Alex is the dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a guy, right? He's the dumb guy.
Yeah. He's like the jerk guy.
Yeah.
Fuck. I've had to watch this show so many times because of her. What's
Charlie O'Malley?
Christina.
So
George O'Malley.
So he's the G.
Yeah. I'm like, I've been forced to watch this show so many times. I should remember this.
Was that on purpose?
No.
That they spelled magic? It's just funny.
Yeah, it's just a funny thing, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. Taylor told me that once, and for some reason, that of all things, not their names, but the fact that it spells magic stuck in my head.
Of course. My favorite part is when like Izzy fucks the ghost and gets like ghost hole.
Yeah.
The like
Ghostgate.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm tired, dejected, and like I have things, but I feel good. And I feel good about the things. I got Comey Can't Communicate Volume 2, which has bothered me intensely that I have volumes 1, 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
And so I finally found Volume 2. Very good.
Yeah.
It's a cute. I watched the anime. It's about a girl who like it's all very tropey. So like the main character, like the guy, is Hito Tadano, which is normal guy, is how you would like the translation. So they're all very tropey, and like it's the big theme of it is people that with extreme social anxiety. It's not that they don't want to communicate. It's just that they struggle with communication. And it's like very like there's a lot of good like messaging and stuff in it. It's very cute, and they play Among Us in it at one point. You gotta love Comey. She's a delight. Anyway, I was happy about that because like Walmart and shit and Target, like they fucking sell manga, which is like still blows my mind and is a vibe. Fast forward, I decide, I'm like, it's getting close to where I got to get home and like I got to go work out with Josh and then I have to stream. So I'm like running out of time. It's like 2. And so I was like, fuck it. I'll check Ross, but like with no spirit.
Yeah.
I am upset that you said, did you check Ross? Cause I'm like,
yeah.
And get to Ross. And I walk over to, first of all, I couldn't figure out where the fucking men's section was. Cause Ross is like a weird, like sterile, Ross gives me Kmart vibes.
I love Ross.
It slaps. It feels like a void space of a Goodwill.
Yeah. I can't, like, I almost cannot leave a Ross without buying a pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. Like, almost every time I leave with a pair of shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love Ross.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta look for these fucking undies.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like a sea of nothing. I'm just like, oh, fuck, nothing's here. I'm like, all right, well, let me look. And I'm like, and like, I like see a flash, and I went, and it's like all of a sudden everything like clicked into place. Like I solved the Rubik's Cube, and in a sea of blues and grays is a single pack from Nautica.
Yeah.
And in the middle is a single pair of yellow underwear. There was only one pack of that.
That's all you need.
And I texted the boys, and I was like, I fucking got him. I was losing my mind.
That literally is the first year I had that exact same experience, and I got a Nautica set from Ross the very first year.
It's going to take 6 years?
It's going to take 6 years, my guy. It's okay, though. This is the right first step.
You're right. You gotta take the nap. You don't get that reference, but yes.
It's never gonna take more time than it did.
You're right.
Than it did before.
Well, because now I know.
On the right path.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Shit, I could even be wild and just order them, and then you forget.
That's what I did every year after
the first.
Because like the Nautica ones were like fine, but I was like, I want like
ones that I'll actually wear.
I want nicer yellow.
Well, because like I had to buy like XLs, and so like they fit, but they're not like I wear like a large because I also prefer it to be a little bit
keep everybody
whereas these are almost boxers, but like they cover enough that I'm like I think they count, and I don't think any of my fortune will or my blessings won't leak out.
Pour out of the legs.
Oh no, my blessings is I just shit myself.
My prosperity. I know.
What game is it? What game has the prosperity?
I can't remember.
Oh, I was thinking of Scythe. It's not Scythe. It's Gloomhaven. There's a whole prosperity mechanic. I know. It's god. I'm excited. It'll be fun when we play it. It's hard.
I'm ready.
You can even play it. You can play it solo or play it with 2 people. You play it with 4 people. Do what you want. But yeah, so I ended up finding them, and it felt very good. And then I went to go check out, and I didn't realize that the cashiers at Ross, they do not care. They want you to leave. And so I was like, I found these, and she just rolled her eyes, just kept scanning the other 2 things that I got, and just was didn't say a word to me. And I was like, I'm just very happy that I found these, and then left, and I'm like, I'm that weird underwear guy, and that's okay. That's
okay.
And then it was good, and then I wore them on New Year's. Although I did want to open up. I was like, I'm not even opening up the box until New Year's Eve.
But you gotta be fresh and new.
So I did it. I did the thing. And honestly, it was just very fun. It felt very fun to do it. It felt very satisfying because I was at the point where I'm like, if I have to, I'll have to just start combing Phoenix.
Yeah.
On Saturday. I don't want to spend my whole Saturday doing that.
I'm gonna have to get a 100% cotton pair of boxer briefs, and I'm gonna have to bleach them, and then I'm gonna have to run down to the Walmart and get a container of red yellow dye, and then I'm gonna have to mix it together, and I'm gonna have to boil it on the stove top, and I'm gonna have to throw the underwear in it, and then I'm gonna have to stir it and stir it and stir it, and then I'm gonna have to rinse it out, and then I'm gonna have to dry it, and I'm also gonna have to wash it so the excess gets out, and then I'm gonna have to wear it.
Would that count?
No.
Well, but even if that's the process that they make it.
But they made it. You can't make it.
I purchased. I brought new yellow underwear.
I
didn't make my own.
Merchandisable.
Mm-hmm.
This actually is just trying to trick people into buying things.
Big Panty is out here.
They really be out here
with their hand in the pot.
Yeah. New Year's said, "Why does Christmas have all the purchasing power? I'm gonna make you buy underwear."
In 2023 glasses that just don't look right.
Yeah.
And why should they?
It's never looked good. It's never looked good.
2020 was good.
It's been bad ever since 2011. It was great in 2000 to 2010.
The aughts, I think, were actually better.
Well, it was perfect because you had the two in the middle. And then 2010,
they did like
it worked because you were off.
They did like,
okay.
Oh, no. Well, 2020, they also did where like zeros with also, twos up.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
works.
like, that works.
Yeah. And then
you only get one.
All the rest of them, fucked it.
You get one big sonic glass.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Becomes cycloptic.
Mm-hmm. That's the one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like it was a good day. It was a normal trip. I got like these little like pirouettes. They're dark chocolate. You know, they sell them at Ross. Yes. And I've never seen them sold anywhere else.
Sell them anywhere else.
And I bought them because I had recently run out of my other ones, and I was like, oh, I got these at Ross. Okay. So
yeah.
But otherwise, it's been a good New Year so far, or at least it's too early to tell. But I feel like a lot of people go into the new year with like, okay, fresh start, new year, new me, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I did that like a week early or like a few days early. So it's like, well, I'm just like continuing things I've been doing into the new year. Mm-hmm. And like, it feels a lot better. I guess this is going to be a good year. Actually, like, I feel like I actually believe it when I say it, as opposed to like, it's not a hope.
Right.
It's more of just like, no, yeah, like I'm making some, like I'm excited to see where the fruits of my labor end up going.
Fruits of your loom.
Mm. And apparently they don't even, Fruit of Loom, I looked at the Fruit of Loom pack. They got the shitty green, no yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why no banana?
Ever had yellow. When I think of a Fruit of the Loom pack of underwear, when I look in my mind's eye, mm-hmm. and I picture a Fruit of the Loom underwear pack, I see.
Does your mind's eye have an eyebrow?
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
And I look and I see into the Fruit of the Loom. I see.
You look into the loom.
I look into the loom. I
peer at the fruit.
I see a heather gray. I see a burgundy. I see a navy blue. I see a black. That's what I see.
No green?
That's in an alternate pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that pack has white.
Yep. Green.
Heather gray. Right. Green. Maybe black or navy. It depends.
Yeah, that is it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
But otherwise good.
Cool.
Yeah. So, we do have a few packages and we do have questions. So, what do you want to do first? We could even do stuff. We could open a package, then read a few questions.
See where it takes us.
It's a new year. We can do
whatever anything. The fuck we want.
We can.
We don't have to do things in segments. We can just do stuff.
Yeah, we can just have fun.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Josh actually came up with a really good. I think he commented it, but he also said it to me that like hype size bites of like when we look at like some memes. So I'll collect them, and then so we don't have to do a whole Discord thing again. But like I can collect and be like, hey, here we go. Because normally like whenever there is a good one, I'll send it to you, and it's a good time. Alrighty.
Package
from K Reedy, we have a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Man, Steve went to college.
It's okay though. He's still proud of us.
Yeah, he is.
See that video that he did?
Actually, I did, and it did make me cry. It was a good one.
It spoke to my soul.
They made me watch it on stream.
He also just seems like a really sweet guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, may Mary Force be with you.
No.
Oh, it's from Gemini. Thank you so much, Gemini. It says, sending you a galaxy of wishes for the best year ever. I know this will probably reach y'all after Christmas, but I just wanted to say thank you for all y'all do to make our lives better. Hope you both have had a great Christmases. Thank you so much, Gemini.
Thank you.
I hope you had a wonderful Christmas.
Yes, it's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, she's a delectable delight.
Oh.
Gemini fire. And every time I read their name, I go, hurts like fire. I don't want to get copyrighted, but also you know the song, right? That I'm talking about? But like fire. It's like a pop song. It might be Demi.
Who's Demi?
Lovato. Poot's sister.
Thank you. That's how I know
Sister
her.
of Poot. Oh my god.
Sister of Poot.
Sister of Poot is Poot and sister.
Poot and sister.
You're telling me your sister pooped this.
Oh.
This is from Kohl.
Thank you so much.
you
Yeah,
so
I don't
much.
know what it is, but
I
thank
don't know
you.
either. You can open this one. Unless you'd prefer for me to open.
I opened it.
Okay, thank you, Sweaty. I understand now.
I've opened it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I performed my task.
This right here.
That's what my sheets look like in the morning. From my nocturnal emissions.
The cum, yeah.
Yeah.
Those sneaky little night comes.
Yeah.
Looks like
I pull up my
something comes in the night.
I pull up my underwear and it looks like a gumi got loose down there.
Ooh. Yo, you see that little dragon down there? That's my Goudra. Sligoo.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you so much, Kohl. I have. Dear Diary, today has been great. Where he writes like, are you gonna throw away that pizza box that Gabriel Bendecker Vine? I don't know if that's his last name. But he's like, are you gonna throw away that pizza box? And he's like, no. He's like, okay, can I have it? Yeah. Okay. And he goes, Dear Diary, today has gone from good to great. And he's just wearing the pizza box like a hat. It's a vine. You like those. What happened to us?
I like the 9 vines that I see in the compilations all the time.
There's more than that.
You're right. There's about 39.
Actually, I kind of want to like
Watch a Vine compilation?
no. Well, yes, but like for research purposes, like to
Right.
strictly write down like
What are
common
the vines?
ones. Like
Yeah.
I need a list. When people are like, what are your favorite vines? I'm like, I need to make a list.
Fuck you, chicken strips.
Fuck you, chicken strips.
Fuck you, chicken
So
strips.
Eric,
Ooh.
Odie,
Thank you.
Odie. One for Eric.
It's all I need, baby.
Thank you. Or at least that's what was in there.
It's all I need.
It is
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Oh, I'm just looking to get fucking stuffed.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah. And turkey. Yeah.
I hate that I opened it like this.
A letter.
Oh. Odie, please use these hands provided to beat your own ass. XOXO Kohl. That's so cool. It's my hands. Oh no. Oh, I love these. It's a bunch of punch.
Yeah.
And they're very cool. I do like this one, this big meaty fist.
Chunkus. It's uncanny.
Do you think they can tell?
No one can tell.
Okay. Oh well. Thank you, Kohl. Here, wait, I should use
An open hand, perhaps.
it's okay, it's right there. Not me going, is this the right hand?
Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel.
Every episode I get a smaller and smaller hand. Oh, this one's for all my JoJo fans, which is like me and Ion. But hey, look, it's me, Joshu. You know the creepy Joshu guy I told you about long time ago about the stupid thing? Very end of it, he needs to get equivalent exchange, and Yasuo got her arm ripped off, and she like, he's like, I need to do something. I am willing to do anything. I will do the equivalent exchange with you, Yasuo. And this is the guy who does nuts and bolts stuff and is a fucking creep and licks his own sister's ear and is like a fucking problem. And he's like, oh God, like I'll we can become one and our love can be great forever. And she's like, I don't love you. What the fuck are you talking about, you creep? But Yasuo does do like the equivalent exchange with the Bakugou fruit, and the way that it works is like, well, it goes 1 for 1. So you need a new arm, no problem. The person you touch, you're gonna get their arm, and so his arm shrivels up into this tiny like deflated baby hand, and then she gets her arm, and then the rest of the events happen, and like there's no more fruit, and so at the very end, he's still stuck with this little baby hand, and he deserves it because he's a menace and he's a piece of shit. And then people will go in like online and be like, Josh is one of my favorite Joe Bros. And it's like, at what point did he do anything helpful for anybody? And the answer is none.
That does not stop people from deciding someone is their favorite.
That's fair. Okay.
Unfortunate truth.
I know. It's sad. Yeah. Anywho, would you like to open yours? We can take turns. Or I can open one and then...
Yes.
Okay. So this one says Odie.
Odie voice.
I'll be a little faster. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. I love it. Oh, it's just a delight. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's funny. We gotta figure out a way to put that sign up. If we ever eventually like decide to like revamp this section in some capacity, that's something we should do. It's like, because we could just put it up, it would fit, but then they'd never see it unless we did like a live stream where we're playing games or something. Is this your custom bag?
I don't think these are custom, but does it need to be?
They are custom. Kale packed them.
This is Sour Patch Kids. Thank you so much. I love them.
Kale's a delight. They send me the hype hogs pictures. And I like their nose. They have a good nose. Which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a weird person.
Oh, I know.
I like teeth.
I know.
Sometimes I like noses.
Okay.
I don't have feelings towards ears. It's fine. What are your thoughts on ears?
I don't think about it much.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. What do you think about feet?
Don't think about that much either.
So the reason for the Cowboy theme stuff is on my Discord server, started last year and it did it again this year, is the Rootin' Tootin' New Year. It's all Cowboy themed. Last year I like changed everything on the server. It was an insane amount of work, confused the hell out of everybody, and was a problem. This year, a little bit smarter. I'm just going to make 2 new roles. You can react to them, and if you react to those roles, you get to see the Cowboy section, which is just its own section in Discord. There's a gen chat, a meme chat, the sheriff station, and then the outlaw hideout, and then VCs for each. And everyone had a fucking blast. There still are. I might not go to heaven. I don't know if they let cowboys in, which I love that meme, but of Lulu the Outlaw.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh, this makes my heart warm. Thank you so much, Kale. That's very kind of you. This pleases me. There are two people inside of you.
One is Lulu.
And the other is Lulu.
Lulu
She's just
unfed.
so thin. Yeah. Of course. Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving.
Ooh. So this is from Loop.
This one says hype, and then the other 2 have our names on them. So I believe this is our joint venture.
Would you like to open it? I'm going to message Loop and ask if we can open them.
Oh. Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes. Yeah. And turkey. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just sent them a message, so I'll wait till I hear back. Oh, thanks living. It's not Thanksgiving. I just realized that like it's not Thanksgiving time.
It's not a holiday at all, as a matter of fact.
Oh really?
Every day's a holiday with you.
Oh hell yeah, sweaty.
Baby.
We're bringing pop collars back.
They never left.
I mean, they kind of did.
They never actually were here. That's the real team, Uma.
Yeah,
That's
a little
the real
bit.
team.
Nothing says that my dad's lawyers can get me out of this like a pop collar.
Ooh.
They're all Christmas gifts, late ones at this point.
That didn't answer the question.
Yeah, yes. They said LOL, yeah.
Interesting.
Thanks, kitty.
Thanksgiving.
All right, card.
Oh, card. Oh, card. It's a titty.
Oh,
Not a creature was stirring because I ate them.
oh, I thought it was a titty.
No.
I was like, nice.
Oh, this is a titty.
'Tis the season to be grinchy. This grinchy is
Reminds
spinchy.
me of Fluffy.
Oh,
Have a peaceful Christmas. I would like one.
it's a very near Christmas. It's practically here. Stay on the nice list and be of good cheer. Tell Zuki I said to behave. LOL. Loop. Thank you. And then I'm gonna assume this is not for.
This is an introspective, I believe.
Merry Christmas, Loop. That's very sweet.
That's very sweet, Loop. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very sweet.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
A little tart. Oh, what the fuck? What the?
Are those Pokemon cards? Oh,
I don't-
No.
Oh,
It's a model.
it's a model. I think.
Like a model.
No glue, no tools, no paint.
It's Gingu.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
I love Gingu.
Oh, my. Oh, it's like a bunch of pieces, and you just.
Mr. Gingu. Oh, but my hair's so bad. I don't
This
want to
is so
take this
sick. Oh, I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous. I'm not good with little pieces.
I'll wear this on the next
How many
one,
pieces
Loop.
are there?
I have the perfect shirt to wear this with. You gotta hold on, Loop. Next
Okay.
episode. Next
Oh my
episode.
God, thank you. I'll have to do this on stream soon. This will be fun.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Oh my God, that's fucking cool.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I love Gengi.
Yeah.
The Gengi boy.
And he moves. The little pieces of him move. It's fucking cool. And then there's still 2 more boxes. Oh, for Gile.
These are also from Loops.
From Loops, Poops, Cleanup, Poopy Loopy.
This one is really big. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the big throbbing
Oh,
package.
it's so big. Oh my god. It's a good thing I'm used to holding big, heavy things between my legs.
Those oversized balls you need to get checked out. Yeah. Size of grapefruits. You ever seen what a scrotum looks like stretched to its limit?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
No, not personally.
No, but I'm just remembering some e-fucked videos.
Yeah, I've seen some nasty
Yeah.
shit. The internet's a bad place full of bad people.
Show me your fingers.
I hate that video.
I know.
That video.
Video?
That video is not it. This is so large.
It's almost in charge. Oh shit, what the fuck? Hello. I've also been trying to drink stuff through straws more often because I recall something from my dentist aunt where she said like you should try to avoid like reading things. Oh, how cool!
Thank you so much, Lube.
Oh, that's so cool. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's sick. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, it's the reason why we're laughing is because that's what Eric got me for Christmas.
That's what I got him for Christmas. But now I have one for me. Now we're twinsies.
Oh, it's like a.
That's very cool. Thank you so much.
Wait. Oh my God, it's Bakugou.
Bakugou-chan.
Yeah. This is Bakugou in his alternate summer costume. Thank you so much. Oh, there's more? Oh, shit. What the fuck, bro?
What the fuck, Richard?
Kyle? XY? Did you do that? Oh, this is sick as fuck. Oh, this fucks.
JoJo.
That's some good one. Mm-hmm. Do you know who that is?
He's a Joestar.
That is correct. Do you know his name?
Joestar.
Do you know his first name? He's right there. I'll even settle for a nickname.
Move, bitch.
That is the one. Correct. You're getting closer. Some of his friends call him Jute. That's just me and Ion. We're his friends. You could almost see the nickname here. But it's in Japanese, but you could see it with your heart.
Izuki Midoriya.
Yeah, this is Deku, and this is his friend Bakugou. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I
Did I get his name right? His name.
Yeah, his you did absolutely.
Word.
And they're in Fortnite, so like I'm killing people as Deku and Bakugou sometimes. Fading got me fucked up. Fading out here got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem. But I have control of it enough that I'm like, I'm not telling anyone else to play it.
Right.
No. Because, like, that shit sucked. But it is, oddly enough, fun and feels very satisfying to get good at it.
Yeah.
Because they introduced the no build mode, which is like, this is a good game now.
Now it's raw skill. Yeah. No items.
Final destination.
Punchy.
How about, I'm about to go Omega mode on your ass if you don't watch the fuck out.
You're always in Omega.
Sigma nuts. Ooh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pussy, baby.
That's pussy, baby.
Okay.
That's gushers, baby.
Maybe sometimes.
Occasionally.
Gushers
Gushers are fucking nasty.
You don't like gushers?
I hate gushers.
Oh,
we've done this before.
I know.
They've sent gushers.
I know.
They were like, haha, that's gushers, baby. And I'm like, these taste like they're not meant to be eaten. What?
I forgot about the that's gushers, baby bit.
That's why I was saying it. That's gushers, baby.
I'm being real honest. It's like
which originally came from that's pussy, baby.
That's pussy, baby. Which originally came from that's concrete, baby.
That's concrete, baby.
Cement.
That's concrete, baby.
Brandon meme. God, Damien used to be Moth, but not Moth. Made that poster that I'd sent you of like the horror movie of the cabin. We'll show it on the meme review next week. But the Odiepus Rex, redacted audio, Brandon. I was like, they could have done Compact Bub, but I think Brandon is much funnier.
Right.
Because it's just.
Also, the episode is like the cabin featuring Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
We chose not to call him Compact Bob.
We do address it like immediately, though. I think.
Of course, we
got
have
a clown.
We have to tell him who he is.
Mm-hmm. Trash.
Traff.
Where's your skill? Where's your skill? Don't think so. Should we take a poll? Should we hear what the people want to know?
About what?
I don't know. Us. They have questions, maybe.
I have no answers.
Okay.
Only requests.
What are your requests?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll just wait until you find out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do 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 do. Do. The elevator music.
You understand?
I understand. Because I did find that video once, like on my own royalty-free elevator music, and people went, It's the dump song.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Right.
yeah. That's called something forecast.
Weather forecast. Weather report. Featuring Weather Report. Stand name Weather Report. He's, Weather Report is brothers with the priest Poochie. Before Poochie reset the universe.
Is that Poot?
If Poot got real mad and real into God. Is Poot a Christian?
I don't know. I don't know what
Should
the
I
time
write to Demi?
I don't know what the time in the basement did to Poot's religious convictions.
Oh.
Some could have seen it as perhaps a source of strength. Perhaps, they strayed from it because they felt that they'd been, betrayed by an unfeeling God.
And understandably, honestly.
Understandably so.
Poot is an icon.
A legend.
A John legend.
He's a Joe star.
Yes, Poot Lovato is a Joe star confirmed.
No, I meant John Legend.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not.
But his name's John.
That's not.
He's got Joe in the name. John Joe Star.
Skin in the game.
John Legend Joe Star.
That's not it.
It's
but Johnny Joe
Star. It's
Star
the
is
new
one.
season.
It's
John Legend Joe Star.
They did. Iraqi did for like the new year. Did like because he did an art piece that he made. That's a little rabbit for the year of the rabbit, saying Happy New Year from JoJo Lands, or it says JoJo Lands because JoJo Lands will be the name of the new part that comes out in February. The first chapter will. Okay. And on the rabbit is a person pointing to the JoJo part, or pointing to the star, and
the Joe Star.
And it has like they've got hair. Not sure if it's male or female yet. I'm hoping it's a female JoJo because we've only have one, Jolene, and I think it'd be really cool to have another. But it could honestly go both ways, or even go real wild, non-binary.
They should just have a moon. That's a person.
Well, they did see Moon.
They should have Joe Luna.
Jolune.
Joe Luna Joe Star.
Jolune Joe.
And she's a moon.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be the weirdest thing that show did.
No, it wouldn't be. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Question time.
Question time.
Question time.
Wait.
When is it?
Wait.
That's why
I love quit. Which we also like. I love that we were so gung ho about it and then cannot remember it.
Well, because we had the old one and then we abandoned it in favor of That's Why I Love Quit.
You know what?
It used to be question time.
Something we need
time.
to put on the
When
list.
is it?
Set up that, if we wanted to, set up that stream deck.
Yeah. Because
then when we want to do that, we could just push a button and it will say it for us. We could even make a little 1 second just, that's why I love quit. And then it zooms in on your mouth and you go, and then like it goes back to us.
And then it just shows the guy outside the 7-Eleven going, fuck.
Actually, that would be really good. That's why I love quit. Fuck. Already.
Okay, yeah. Question time.
Question time.
Y'all gotta fix your handles. I know it's a pain in the ass, but you gotta go into YouTube and you gotta be like, correct my handle.
Mm-hmm. I'm flying off the handle.
Ooh.
Steph OS7196 asked, if your fingers had to be covered in something all the time and you couldn't wash it off, what would you want your fingers to be covered in?
Jeff Bezos' credit cards.
I was going to say money.
But you can't spend it because it won't come off. You need credit cards because you just swipe them.
But the strip is inside.
Inside what? They're just stuck. They're just stuck.
RFID.
Tap ones.
The taps.
I just tap.
Mm-hmm.
With his credit cards. Just tap.
Tap.
Do you ever think about the fact that for as much money as he has, he also just has credit cards like a normal person?
He's not a normal person. He wore a cowboy hat when he went to space.
I love that song. Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to the 1 hour loop often.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel good.
I'm glad.
It reminds me of a time in my life.
When you listened to that song before? Yeah. I love that.
Like, Welcome to the Internet is great, but it's a little long form.
Mm-hmm.
Bezos is great for just like white noise in the background. Because then when you want to chime in, it's ready. But when you just want it in the background, it's there.
It's because like the if I recall correctly, essentially the backtrack doesn't really change at all. Whereas Welcome to the Internet has like almost like interludes
like
within
movements.
the songs.
Yeah.
It is movements. That was good.
And it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Also, 1985 by Bo Burnham is also great in that same sort of loop it because it's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, because it's just your fingers, so it's not your full hands. It's just your fingers.
Yeah.
Small bumps.
We could probably do that.
I had hives once. It was bad.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable.
Tim, Ari, and I went up to Flagstaff on a whim, if you will, and we saw Limitless, which was a cool movie. And then like it was apparently enough a trip that whatever happened when we came back, I got really sick and I had like bumps all over my fingers. And I was watching a shit ton of Scrubs at the time, and I was in that sick level delirious where like I'm half awake. I can see myself like in my room, but I'm also like in the hospital of Scrubs, losing my mind. Like I'm dreaming in real time, and it's hell. And that was a really weird experience that like I just didn't go to the hospital for.
Yeah.
I just kept watching Scrubs and sleeping. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Otherwise, like, that would be useful. Prehensile tails.
Something so sticky, like gecko sticky, so you could just clamber.
Oh, you could even do what do the octopi have?
Suction cups.
Suction cups.
You'd be very popular with certain people. I would not be one of them, but you'd have a rabid fan base.
Or lube.
All the time.
Yeah, it's
Slippy toed here.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Or like small hair.
Very tiny
little hair.
Tiny little hair.
Mm-hmm.
So small.
Or piss.
Yeah. Maybe piss. Maybe really thick, viscous piss.
I want like
maybe
goopy.
piss that like was mixed in with gelatin.
Like I want it to look like honey, but taste like piss.
Right. Like I put in like some gelatin sheets to turn this piss into Jello.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got it all over my hands.
Jello? Look at this piss.
Mm-hmm. Urine.
Okay, yeah. Urine?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer that? Or is that more of like not really just a question? Just
so I mean, I can also like, I don't know if we're cool with it. I don't mind posting it, like adding it to like the description since it is kind of like the only place for it. But like, so question from Tiffany Edens 85. How can I find Odie's Discord? So you could right now you can just go to in the description. There's a link to my Twitch, and then there's a panel for Discord. It should still be there. I'm pretty sure it is. Or just go into my chat and type in !Discord and things will come up. But there's a way to access it there. It's 18 plus, so you do have to be an adult. It's also just like a community. So like, and there is like a section for the podcast as well as all of the other stuff. But I can go ahead and like just post a link if people do want to join. But please be good. And yeah, you can't join my Discord if you don't like follow me on Twitch. That's the rule. I think maybe I can do that, right?
It's like that thing where they're like, "Hey guys, we're doing a giveaway, and all you got to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, like this video, follow me on Twitter, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram, blow up my OnlyFans with some fucking tips,
and you can get a used iPhone.
Hot
5.
Yeah.
I mean,
screen's cracked.
It's free.
Head dizzy.
No head.
No. So
get Izzy. No head. Ghost hole.
Ghost gape hole.
Gape my ghostussy. Well, no. His ghostock.
His ghostock was gaping her.
His ghostiness.
If you will.
Ghostiness pizza.
Right.
Pizza roll.
Favorite. They sell them in squares now. Marshmallow Dreams XD also had the same question.
Oh, okay.
So there you are.
The hype hogs and the memery. Yeah, the pig pen is there.
Oh, yeah.
IDK something. Or did you want to read it? I'm
sorry.
Go for it.
Okay. Go for it.
Fucking live it's queen.
Fucking go for
IDK something 328 asked. Question. Do you know of any fun or disturbing animal facts? Fun would be a group of pugs is called a grumble. Disturbing, any facts about dolphins, it gets worse the more you know. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You didn't say sure. Bozo. Hong Kong. Crows are a murder.
Yeah. What's a fun fact? Disturbing fact. In much the same like realm of any fact about dolphins, it just gets worse. Otters are incredibly violent,
Mm-hmm.
like to their so-called mated partners.
Mm-hmm.
Very violent, which is a sad thing to know. What's a fun fact? What's a fun animal fact?
Baby otters look cute.
They look very cute.
And they grow up in
Even
TV.
grown otters look cute,
Mm-hmm.
but there is evil here.
There's a reason why they know the move Shell Smash. Did you know that the inside of a platypussy feels...
It's whipped.
I just wanted to say platypussy.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't. What's a fun?
I know a fun animal fact. Did you know that a rock human, when deciding to be born, the mother goes into the forest and births, because a rock human can breed with a regular human, but only if the a female can get boned by a male and still make another rock human, but a male can't bone a human female and make a rock human. That's not how it works. This is JoJo. And what happens is they give birth, and they leave their baby in the woods alone. That's the last time the mother sees them out of kindness. The baby, the rock human baby, is like this tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's very small,
Mm-hmm.
and these murder hornets, wasps, will come to try to kill the baby.
Okay.
And the baby, as part of its body is turning to stone, it would end up being so small, essentially like pulls one over on the wasp and will grab onto its body so it can't pinch it.
Uh-huh.
And it has no choice except to like go back to the hive. So then on the way there, it's half of its body starts to turn to rock. And what it ends up doing is it gets all the way there. No one can do anything to it. It can't get rid of him. Is once he gets into the hive, he goes and he crawls and he finds the queen and will climb inside the body of the queen and proceed to gestate further in the queen, controlling the hive and learning everything through the wasps for 17 years, just from queen to queen to queen, until finally, suddenly, very, very rapidly, they just age up to like an adult appearance. And then they're that age. Like that's them now forever. All of that is what Araki wrote and felt like he needed to explain as to how like they're born. And it's just, I'm going, what the fuck is that's wild though. And that's why the big villain has 2 teddy bears on his shirt, like on his sleeves, and he's got a stupid hat, his stupid hair. I'm gonna pull up a picture of him. We're not gonna talk about it anymore, but I do want your opinions on Toru.
A lot of trees grow because squirrels hide nuts and then forget where they put them.
Yeah.
Also, whales are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact, I've already talked about it, but my sister's dog hates Kale.
That is true.
Which is pretty funny. Not Kale the person, R.I.P.
Kale's not dead.
Yeah, but I hope they're resting easy.
Yeah, I do too.
What about that person?
That's the big villain.
Oh.
He's got little teddy bears.
Okay.
And his stupid little pompadour.
Yeah.
And he just listens to music.
Okay.
But his stand is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like the ability, it's don't pursue me, or calamity will destroy you.
Okay.
And it's a fucking vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Fun facts.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Do. Oh.
Oh, how sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Shattered Heart 26 asks, Happy New Year, guys. Question time. What did your co-host achieve last year that you're proud of them for?
It was that. Honestly, it was your I was redacted merch line. Like, I know of all things, like, there's so many other achievements, like getting your play button was huge too.
Right.
But like,
Oh, that was last year.
but like, that was such a devilish lick of like, you owned
spin it on its head.
because you were very stressed.
Oh, yeah.
I might say that you might have been a little uneasy.
I was experiencing dis-ease.
You were like, oh, damn, I'm glad I'm through it. And it's like, that was the one.
Unless.
Honey, you want to warm up.
The universe said, girl, that was lap 1.
Eat shit.
Fucker.
A 4.
That's what it said to me. That's what the universe called me that. And it spat on me, and my mouth wasn't even open yet. It was a waste.
Yeah.
I'm just proud of like the consistency of your stream and the growth of it's experienced. It's really crazy. It's really cool. Not crazy in like a
how did you do
how
it?
the hell did that happen to you? No, crazy and like that's amazing and
Like,
that's so exciting.
I'm still doing it. I'm honestly, I
Yeah.
surprise myself sometimes that I'm like, oh, like,
Your consistency is really cool. Seeing like, you know, just like the numbers grow. Like I don't tune into it all that often, and so it's crazy now to like go into one and be like, oh shit, there's like almost 40 people just on a random Wednesday. Like that's amazing.
yeah, thank you. It's cool. I recently had that sort of feeling where I'm like, oh yeah, like, because like 28 is always like the number, which is like solid, like, very solid. Like, you know, I don't think I've had a stream with like less than 20 at like in the middle of it, like things are still going. Like it's just, I don't know. I just like having fun. It was a good time. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hype-sized bites, bite-sized hypes. Either are. Big ups for Josh. Oh, this
Big
was a
ups for
question.
Josh.
I gotta just look there. Aubrey Jackson asked, if you were time travelers and had to travel, what time would you go to?
If I go and I have to come back and can't go back to it, like, because like I wouldn't want to visit the future if I couldn't like
Come back.
stay in it
Oh.
or have the ability to go back to it, because I feel like it's kind of the curse of knowledge of like, oh, like getting to see how amazing stuff's gonna be, but knowing that in your lifetime you'll never get there. I feel that could wound my brain.
That'd be a lot of apathy.
Yeah, there'd be a lot there to unpack.
And I mean, you'd have to Google yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slippery slope. If I could just go and then like live there, that'd be cool. But then that would also be sad, because then like, what about everybody I care about? Do I get to take them with me? How many of them do I take? They have people that they would want to take with them that I wouldn't
We
necessarily.
can't just
wanna
have the whole
take.
world show up in
Yeah.
the future.
It's complicated. So if it was just to visit, I want to go see dinosaurs. Like, come on.
Just to visit dinosaurs, absolutely. Yeah.
Cretaceous period specifically. No hate on my Jurassic and Triassic fans out there. But fun animal fact, you are closer in time to a T-Rex than a T-Rex is to a Stegosaurus.
Mm-hmm. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
I would also like to see dinosaurs. I also would like to go back in time to figure out what the fuck my shower joke was.
Yeah.
Like, if I could only go back in time, like, this is totally going away from this. You can go back to any moment in your life. Or,
Right.
Did you ever read Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut?
Yeah.
So, like, being unstuck in time, which, side note, a very, very interesting, cool book. I would recommend reading it. I read it in high school. I thought it was really cool. But, like, Billy Pilgrim has become unstuck in time. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And it's like, well, I think it's just a way of him coping with PTSD. And, you know, because, like, you know, Kurt Vonnegut was actually in Dresden when it was bombed and yada, yada, yada. But, you know, all that being said, that would be dope. Because then it's like, now I could go back and remember those things, and it's like, enjoy moments.
Yeah.
But if I couldn't go back, I mean, I don't know, like, or if I couldn't, like, come back to my original time, like, knowing some knowledge, like, if I would know before I'd do it, I would write down a couple of, like, Super Bowl scores and start tearing it up at the local rackets.
Tearing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Tearing it up.
Or just invest.
Yeah.
But, like, not a whole lot to make, like, I don't want to make so much money that, like, I have to answer for Facebook's crimes.
Right.
But, like, I want to be a small investor that gets a good amount of money. And I'm like, okay, I'm now set.
Also, most ancient civilizations would be cool to just take a little peek. Like I don't want to live there, but like ancient Egypt.
Like, I just want to stick my head out the time machine. Like,
and go,
stick my head out the
oh
window.
wow, like ancient Egypt, ancient Greece at the height of that, like back in Mesopotamia, like see like the kind of like the real old shit, or like fucking like Aztecs and like the Mayans and shit at the height of that.
How did they make the pyramid?
That would have been fucking incredible to see. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay there.
I want to go see the Trojan horse.
That'd be cool.
See if it was like blown out of proportion.
Was it actually that big? I want to see the Library of Alexandria. I want to look up under the Colossus of Rhodes skirt.
We'll see what he's hanging there.
I want to see what he's got.
I want to see his little twig and berries.
I want to drift beneath his supple split legs, and I want to look up and go the cash and the prizes.
Oh, the tackle in the box.
Exactly. Although usually in ancient Roman Greek stuff and everything, they tended to make like the
they gird their loins.
They made the equipment look pretty small because like they thought that was more like demure.
And what does that mean?
Like that it was less that it was like inoffensive.
Oh,
less bestial, I believe, was another thing that they did. They thought it was like very like primal and like aggressive
inverse
to
gaudy.
have like a big PP.
In common terms, like inverse gaudy, like it's almost like a humbling thing.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of their architecture they got small pepes
because it's not important,
right? Because it's like you don't want like giganto pepes. That's apparently gross.
Well, I mean, if everyone's just doing like normal like conservative estimates on their junk, and then like they are all making them when they're soft.
I feel like there were like a lot of artists that were like, if we tell people small peepee, good peepee,
well, and some of that is like okay, like.
Also, soft dicks aren't big.
Yeah, no. Like you gotta, or like I mean, there are people.
And there are people who have
that are just showers.
Yeah,
not growers. But most guys, I feel like, are growers.
Yeah,
and it's like it's what's up,
pepis.
It's like you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
like, you just get pants. That's probably what it's gonna look like, depending on that. I mean, otherwise, like, I don't know, man. Like, make a couple investments, be nice. Make a little bit of money, but then like I tell Mark not to go to LA.
Honestly, keep him safe.
I'd go up to PewDiePie.
I don't know where he used to live, but stay there.
I would go back in time and go, PewDiePie, don't play this game. Don't.
Yeah.
I'd say, you know what? How about you take a break for a little bit?
Yeah.
And then I would save everyone's ad. I would stop the adpocalypse.
Would stop the adpocalypse. I would appreciate that.
You never watched? Did you ever watch Futurama? Really?
No.
No,
I've seen it, but I never watched it.
There's a couple like if people that like don't like it because it's very different from The Simpsons. It's very, very like I genuinely like it. I hate The Simpsons. There is some really, really good banger episodes, including like some of the finales because it's had multiple finales in its lifetime. And one of the episodes, the professor makes a time machine, and I think it's the finale. I think. And the professor has a time machine, and they're trying to like do shit, whatever. And like they keep going forward in time, and it's the whole thing of like, well, if you just go to the end of the universe, the death of the universe will create the Big Bang and restart it. Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, we got to make a stop right here so that the professor can kill Hitler. And then like they end up accidentally going past the time again. They're like, well, fuck. Well, now we got to go again. So they're just like waiting. And then the professor's like, you know what? Just slow it down a little bit. I'll shoot Hitler out the window, as a baby. And like that's what the like. Let me lean out the window. That made me think of it. Oh, you
okay? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. This is what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. Hot dog. Let me bump that up a little bit. Boop, 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 boop,
just because the scroll's not hitting you good.
It's just not hitting me right.
What's up, hot dog?
What's up, hot dog?
Question time. Eric, is it harder for you to enjoy social events without having alcohol as a social anxiety crutch? Did that get easier over time?
It was way harder in like the very like right after I stopped, because like for me, I reached a point where if I was in any sort of a social situation, I was drinking. So then like it was just like you
married the two ideas.
Yeah, they just were inextricable. And so it was like a complete like headspace shift to even be in a social event without alcohol at that point. It just felt completely alien, and like it really made me feel like not like myself at that point, because I was like, I don't know who I am in a social situation without being drunk anymore.
Yeah.
Which is a trip
No,
to
I
think
get
about.
it.
So it was,
and you start to notice it too, where it's like, hey, we're gonna hang out, like let's have some beers, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, I'm good.
Oh.
And like people go like, oh, you don't drink? It's like, are you sure? You can if you want. I'm like,
yeah,
no, I'm good. I'm like, I don't care what you guys do. Like, it's,
yeah, I don't care if other people drink when I'm around, but like,
I just don't like being hungover, and like I'm kind of
Yeah.
like over being like I'm over hurting myself drunk.
literally, yeah. Right after I
But
stopped,
once in a while, it's fun.
yeah, right after I stopped. I mean, for me, I just stopped completely.
Well, yeah,
I'm
well,
not that
health,
kind of.
well, health reasons, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I'm just
very
not-
much time and place, like,
yeah. No, I'm a person where like I'm just emotionally, I don't ever want to do it again because I'm very prone to slippery slopedness.
it's like I'm. This is like it's self control because I don't trust myself, like, to be able to like not do it a second time, a third time.
Well, because then one of the things for me was that it was like I never wanted like a buzz. I wanted to be drunk or sober, nothing in between. So it's like if I was ever
You
going to
rush and sprint past the buzz all the time.
right, if I was ever going to drink, I would drink to excess because I liked the feeling of being drunk. I didn't like the feeling of being buzzed or anything.
I love being fucked up and passing out.
Yeah, so then people would be like, you know, like, well, nowadays you could have like a drink, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I could, but for what?
Like, and you don't drink beer.
Right. It's not going to give me anything, any like positive physical sensation. And it's going to like, you know, it's no good is going to come from that. It's like, yeah, I'm sure I could like responsibly have like the occasional drink. But for me, that was never the point of drinking. So it's like, well, I'm never going to do it that unhealthy way again. So for me, there's no point in doing it at all for a myriad of reasons. But yeah, it was way harder right after I stopped, because also like you get in the awful headspace of like, at least for me as a person who like, you know, has and especially had all kinds of insecurities about like myself in a social scenario, where like you reach a point where it's like I was like scared to hang out even with my friends because I was like, well, they probably only like me when I'm drunk, like, because then I'm like funny and outgoing and stuff, and it's all your head just spinning in circles, and it's like these are people I've been friends with since long before.
Have you ever heard
started
anyone
drinking.
actually say that to you?
Exactly. Like most people would have just like told me, even then and especially afterwards, I was fucking annoying when I was drunk. Most people are when they're drunk.
Yeah, like yeah, you're real fun, but it's like, well, it's as you know now, being sober, everyone's a fucking annoying drunk.
Yeah. Well,
It's only when you're drunk is everyone's fun.
Yeah.
Up to a point.
And that was another thing that like kind of sent me down the rabbit hole, was I was always like really uncomfortable around drunk people when I was sober. So then usually the fastest solution to that back in the day
Straight
was
line.
if I get drunk, then it's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, so it was really hard right afterwards. It definitely got easier over time. It's still hard because it's weird because like I still like think about how it felt back then when I felt so like, you know, engaged and like able to like talk to anybody without like having any care in the world. And so like it's, well, I mean, I still had plenty of cares, but you know, in general, it's weird to think back to like, oh, that was a position I was able to be in. But I don't know. It's also just like, you get a little older and like
A little wiser.
you just sort of make different decisions. Like at this point in my life, it's like before it was, I felt like if there was any kind of a social event and my friends were going, I felt obligated to go. And it was like, well, and it's okay because I can make it feel fine by getting drunk or whatever. Now it's like, if it's not a social situation I don't want to go to, I won't go, because I'll be like, this is not going to be my speed. So like I'll usually like, now I feel
like
more
almost like trusting your friends that they're not going to get upset.
right. I feel more empowered to just like skip things I don't want to do. Now there is some like social stuff that you have to do no matter what for any of a number of obligatory reasons.
Me personally, it's like, okay, like if there's a lot of times where like Brandon wants to hang out where I'm like, I just can't today. And then there's times where I'm like, I just don't feel like it. I'm like, okay, I get one, I don't feel like it, but then it goes on cooldown for one activity. So like the next time something comes up with those people, like even if I don't want to, I got to go do it.
Yeah.
With it, you know, even if it's for a little bit, because like I don't want them to think that, because what happens is if you say no and you don't try at least a little bit, like people stop
They'll
asking.
stop asking. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, probably not. He never really wants to do anything.
Yeah.
But it's like not a negative thing. It's just like, no, he likes to do something, so no worries.
Yeah.
Some people don't like hanging out in big groups, and that's okay too.
Yeah. I mean, like, just as a person, alcohol, no alcohol, I don't really like social events. Even back then, when I would, like, drink at them, I still would have rather just been drinking, like, with close friends like you, Brandon, Tyler, whatever.
My brain thinking is like, well, that's what we normally did. But now I'm thinking, like, when we went to...
especially
Trinity's
earlier
house.
on, yeah,
Yeah, like that's what you're talking about, right? Like
especially
events.
more of like college times, we
Yeah.
did a lot of that, you know. And then afterwards, then it would be like, you know, like if it was someone's birthday or something, then we would like, you know, drink or whatever. But
because like I will admit, like I do like going to like a video game bar or something, like, and like getting a good buzz, like having like some drinks, but it's like because I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's great. Like I know like Brandon's been like real into like let's go bowling and get beer, and I'm like, I'd have to get a mixed drink, but also I'm driving, so I can't drink too much. It's like I want to get like a good buzz.
Yeah.
And it's like a weird. It's hard when you also drink hard liquor or mixed drinks, because it's like you got to know your own limit of like, okay, I'm about here. This is good. And it's like, but you can't pace like the beer boys can.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Boys.
Long story short, yes, it was much harder, and it is still harder, but I don't think in a bad way. It just sort of like reframed the experience to where it's like, if it's one where I think it's going to be really hard, I just have like an honest assessment with myself of it's like, is this worth the mental gymnastics I'm going to go in? Why am I going? Is it because I feel obligated? Is it because I do have friends there, and like regardless of drunk, not drunk, I want to like hang out and talk to them? Yeah, sure. Is it, hey, you know, like, do you want to come over? We're all going to watch like MMA. No.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't like watching that. I don't like drinking, and everyone's going to be drinking. And I'm not even going to have a chance to like talk to my close friends because they're going to be, you know, entertaining, watching it, doing whatever.
Which is cool. Like I'm like, have a good time.
More power
like,
to them. But then it's like, you know, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to pass on that
it's
one.
just not really my speed. So like,
right.
I'd rather you free up the seat for someone else in that sense, or also just like, hey, like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And being okay with it, because then also like in that particular case, like, Brand's like, okay. Or he'll go, he's like, yeah, okay, whatever, you little bitch. And then it's like, okay, yeah.
He always just gives me this emoji.
Which I always imagine him going, to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it could be passive aggressive, or that's just my brain telling me it is.
I don't think it's passive aggressive.
No, I don't think it is either. My brain sometimes does.
True.
That's the thing. That's what you need to do this year is every time that you have like, this is what they think. Stop and ask yourself, have I heard any of them say that? And do I trust my friends that like they would say that? Because like, would you say that if you were like a really, and I think I've told you before, like you are an annoying drunk, but like when you're plus ultra, like in that, when it's gone on long enough and I'm like, all right, I've sobered up, you haven't, and I'm like, all right, I got to deal with you and you're being obstinate. So just like go the fuck to bed.
Yeah.
And then please turn off the oven. Like, no, we're going to cook this pizza all night. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Both of you, do you have any go-to recipes that you cook a lot? I make burgers and spaghetti. Ooh, my sister taught me the stir-fry recipe. It's good. And white boy casserole.
I love a classic chicken Alfredo dish.
Pull the chicken.
Tear apart the chicken, throw it in with some noodles.
You gotta
and
grip the titty and
garlic
tear.
Alfredo, and have a lovely time. Not much work, great payoff. I love it. I love a good sausage bake, sort of. It's a casserole-esque kind of thing. It's also very good.
It's in a dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love to, when I'm just like a week, during the week kind of meal, just like a quickie, but like it's easy with a lot of, like, gets you a lot of different flavor profile.
Doritos.
Take one of those little pasta sides.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't make it as a side. You make it, you know, steam some chicken, roast some chicken, whatever you gotta do. Chop it up, throw it in there, make yourself a little, you know, like a little chicken flavor pasta dish.
A little cafe entree for lunch.
An aperitif.
An appetizer.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Red Robin.
Or just fucking go to Donald's.
Yeah. Go to Donald's.
Fucking go to Donald's.
Easy, baby.
Yes, please, baby.
That is the post, boys.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Which one's the next question?
Quenching. No, because hot dog already asked one.
Quenching. I made it out of clay. And when it's ready, I will play. No, that's not quenching. That's a fact.
That's you reading Sin's comment. Oh gosh. Oh wow. Eric is so hot. Wow and funny. Oh wow. And Odie is there too.
Facts.
I also love that like they can't like read that like you use the different emojis, like if you use the ones with the different tones. So it just does this, but brown. I just find because when it shows up on my watch, it'll just be like emoji and then a square because like the watch doesn't recognize it. I always find it so fucking funny. Amethyst. Question time. Did either of you ever have a nightcore phase? I don't think so.
I don't really know what that is. I've seen like nightcore remixes. Is that what they mean? Is that what nightcore is?
I don't.
Is it just the remixes, or is it a whole? Is it a whole thing?
I don't know. I think.
Either way,
I don't really know what it is.
No, I don't think. At least not by that name.
Yeah, a song by any other name is just a rose.
I had an emo phase.
Yeah. I never left my emo phase.
I never fucking left it.
Fall Out Boy. What are your inspirations for rap? Fall Out Boy. Do you have a celebrity nemesis?
Yes.
Like the opposite of a celebrity crush, but a lighthearted way. Really?
It's not lighthearted. Yes, I do. My celebrity nemesis is Hayden Panettiere.
What?
Yep.
Explain.
I can't.
You explain right fucking now.
Listen.
She was in Heroes, and I never finished that show, but I liked it, and she was cute.
I have nothing to say about her as like an actual person because I don't know her.
Well, of course.
And that's not my business.
And that's part of the problem.
What I will say is everything I've ever seen her in, I'm like, I just get mad. I'm just mad. Because like she often is just playing
Hayden
an
Panettiere.
unlikable, snotty blonde girl. And maybe it's because I'm Hayden Panettiere in my heart of hearts. And that's why
You're
I don't like her.
hating Panettiere.
Yeah, no, she's my nemesis, absolutely.
Fuck, man.
I wish her well. But yeah, she's my nemesis.
Oh man, like you
No
had
question.
that fucking ready. I'm envious.
She's right there.
Because I'm trying to think if there's any like actors or actresses that I just like fucking get so tired of.
I feel like nowadays everyone would say Chris Pratt.
You know what? You know who mine is, and it sucks because I do like her, but it's because she plays the same character every time. Like it's one of those where it's like you're my nemesis, I hate you, but it's like I don't hate you personally.
Yeah,
it's like also just what you've been cast as. But like
yeah,
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah,
and it's like, and I feel like she could do other stuff too.
Cast, and that's not her fault.
As gruff action girl.
Yes,
and it's like family.
Okay, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Unless.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. I gotta read comments here soon.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up on them. You can tell by all the lack of hearts. New Year quenching. You want to read it?
Sure. Glitter1336 asks,
We had a girls' night last night and dyed our hair.
That's cool. Since millennials are killing Hooters, apparently, what would you, as the hypothetical new CEOs of Hooters, do to save the franchise? Or would you just scrap the whole thing and make your own niche-themed restaurant? Question inspired by a conversation we were having on Odie's server about starting a toy train-themed cafe. There is a Dairy Queen in Phoenix that has a G-gauge train up in the.
It's a good one. A G-gauge. It's not an O-gauge, but at least it's G-gauge.
Well, it's G because that way you can see it a little bit better because it's up at the ceiling. It's up at the ceiling, and it's delightful. I mean, it's not in a great part of town, but
surprisingly, it got robbed and the train stolen.
Conceptually, great idea.
Also, I feel like they don't invest money into making DQ feel safe inside its stores.
Yeah.
Like the one near work, it never felt safe.
Yeah.
But they did have very high quality Netflix playing at all times.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What What would I do to save Hooters?
Make it ass themed. Call it Tutors.
Work.
Or Booters.
That'd be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Make it femboy Hooters. That would not. Okay. Here's the deal. Y'all know about them cat cafes?
That's pussy, baby.
That's pussy, baby. We lean hard into Hooters, but not Hooters as we know it. Hooters
beyond.
As the fact that it's that their mascot is an owl. We lean in hard. This becomes an owl conservatory that you happen to get bad wings at. And it's like a cat cafe, but there's owls everywhere.
Owl girls smell, though.
The owls are screaming. They're shitting. They're latching onto people's hair. It's not a good place to be, but we've got a bump and drive through. And people love to do sarcastic TikToks in it about being attacked. We become the action park of food. We're just known for being a liability.
The Rainforest Cafe that could.
Yes. People are scared to come to Hooters. And it becomes a question of, are you strong enough to survive the new Hooters? Oh, this isn't your dad's Hooters. Mm-hmm. Your dad would run away. He'd go, no titties, and I could get hurt. No. This becomes, like America's Next Champion Wipeout. What was that show?
America's Next
Ninja Warrior. Because there's violent owls.
Yeah. I understand.
And we serve wings, and that makes the owls mad because that's brothers and sisters and non-binary siblings down there, sauced, torn asunder, pieces of them being consumed. Yeah. Welcome to Hooters.
I'm afraid of owls.
Yeah, I don't like them. I
don't fuck with owls. There was one time where I distinctly remember, similar day. It was the same apartment that we lived at, or house that we lived in, from when I threw my shoes behind the couch so I could get Pokemon sandals.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I remember as a kid opening the door in one of those big, tall trees that are really thin, but they got like the leaves that go like that. Like they'll always have like 9 of them there, like a little like quill of arrows. I remember seeing an owl come there, and it like turned and looked at me, and came swooping down, and I freaked the fuck out and shut the door.
There's evil in those eyes.
I don't fuck with them. I respect their boundaries.
I don't like owls.
I also don't like birds.
I don't like birds.
Anyway, I was thinking for Hooters, we'd rename it.
Yep.
To Sunday Grundy.
Okay.
Where we have big buff men, hot women.
Yep.
Everything's covered except the grundle.
Work. Okay.
All taint.
Okay.
Fresh paint on this new taint.
Okay.
Like, you want sauce? You gotta like dip it, and it's because someone is underneath with just their taint showing.
Right.
Balls pressed firmly against the glass.
Yes.
And like we give them like air or something under the table so they don't get knocked out.
Of course.
And because it's better to use and objectify real people. Like, if you're gonna objectify men and women, then objectify them. You cowards.
Yeah.
And you could you put your dipping sauce out of someone. Ooh, look at that buzz sauce right out of the taint.
Yeah.
I mean, also like Tomboy out back school.
Emo Denny's.
Yeah. Never will.
Emo Deenies.
That was a good day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or name it Scooters and we'll remodel it as really slow bumper cars with food.
Yeah.
Scooters.
That's just a run. Like, you're losing money, and this place is losing money, and it's not going to survive the winter.
I mean, I proposed a violent owl Hooters, so I don't think I'm afraid of losing money.
I was here for it. Yeah. I loved it. Personally.
Personally.
Okay, next. Also, I was really worried 54 minutes ago when we started question time that I'm like, we're only an hour and like 7 minutes in. I'm like, are we gonna get through questions too quick and like it's gonna be a short episode? But no, my bitch ass knew.
I think that was the last question.
Oh shit, was it?
I think that was the last question. Oh no. Okay, we got a couple questions. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna scroll a little bit to see if we have more after this. Boo. Can I get a honk on that bobo? It is not a bolo tie. How fucking dare you, Kohl? There's a good question.
Oh yeah, we gotta get rid of that one.
But it's engagement.
That's true. Brandon was first, but wasn't, and I love that.
Yeah. Okay, so
because RB Jones is always first.
There you go. Okay, so there is just this one last question.
Okay, one final little tiny question.
One
there's two.
Tender and mild question.
It's a double.
We'll start with one.
Okay. Happy New Year from Human Sky. Here are a couple questions. Do you see fan art? And if so, where do you check to see it the most? This can be both for the podcast or for your separate platforms and channels. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, I mean, I do just see fan art all the time, but like, of my stuff, your stuff, our stuff. Yes.
I don't really see fan art anymore, to be honest.
Because it was on your Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you stepped away.
Yeah.
After the incident.
There
was no incident.
There wasn't an incident for that.
Sorry, I shouldn't joke about that.
Don't start rumors.
You leave Eric alone or all of them?
Oh my god.
It's not a threat. If I threaten all of them.
There you go.
They can't try me. Double jeopardy. You can't try me for the same crime. If I threaten everybody with a box cutter.
I hate everybody equally.
I'm an equal opportunist.
I'm an equal opportunity hater. You like him?
That was a little too real.
His name's Benny. I've decided.
Okay. Ben.
Yeah. He's not a good man.
No. And he doesn't try.
No.
But he think he do.
Yeah, I don't really see it anymore, which is a shame because that was a pretty incredible part of having a Discord, but I don't really see it much anymore.
Yeah. I do, because like there's a whole fan art section of my server, which isn't always like just for like fan art of like me and the content. It's just, you know, people post their stuff and whatnot. So there's a lot of really good stuff on there. But otherwise, I'm like on Twitter. I don't really like search like maybe I've been thinking about like kicking around the idea of like, should I start a like subreddit, because that would be like a better like neutral place to like pull stuff up of just like, it's just like r/Hewll yeah podcast, and like I don't care about moderation or I mean do obviously, but like for like memes as well, like to also be posted there for people that like don't use Discord, and would also be easier for us to like, let's go look through every month we go look at the top posts of the month and see what's good. It'll be like a whole little side video. Okay.
And question 2.
You can ask it.
Have you ever accidentally ate something that wasn't actually edible? For some, it's the little Polly Pocket clothes, or maybe a screw, or in my case, it was penny-sized magnetic ball. I am fine, I think.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's
Riley.
Thanksgiving.
Welcome taking.
What?
You're welcome taking. The opposite of Thanksgiving.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. I
know
I have.
I'm sure I have, but not that I can like actively think of.
I have definitely eaten paper without realizing it.
I've eaten a lot of dirt in my day. I've eaten, dust from various projects and things. It gets in your mouth.
I've eaten pussy.
Piss. That's edible.
Oh yeah, if it's
the first time around. The first time you'll get benefits from it. Every time after that, don't do it though. Bear Grylls tells you.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can drink your piss the first time and you'll still get some hydration out of it. The second piss,
it takes up all the rest of it.
Yeah,
right?
it's all gone. Anything that good was gonna come of it, you're done.
You still need to boil it, right? and whenever you should, like sterilize your urine before you drink it.
Ideally, yeah, because like the urine itself is sterile, but as it's leaving your body, its path out of your body, especially if you're in like a wild environment and you're like dirty and everything, that action of getting it out is potentially gonna.
So you need to get real close and just piss into your own mouth.
No, it getting out of your urethra, even like your urethra can be dirty.
Mine's not.
Oh,
I use a Q-tip.
I use a little. I use a little.
Yo,
pipe.
Sound off in the pig pen if you Q-tip your
I use a little
hole
pipe cleaner and just
to clean my pipe.
Yeah.
Before I lay it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have like a good funny story of a time I ate something that wasn't edible. I already told a story about the sad girl who ate her tooth. Yeah.
I like nothing off the top of my head. That's the thing. It's like
Swallowed a lot of gum.
Yeah, I swallowed gum.
But that's debatable. I got nothing fun.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, babe.
I got nothing fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, size. Oh well. No emoji. Alrighty. Well, this was fun.
Yeah. This was a good time, gal.
Yeah, a little goof gaff laugh.
Yeah.
Let's get naked in the bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bathtub's pretty big.
A little rubbing tub.
I'm just saying, having a bathtub. I'm not a particular.
I did take a bath the other day because I had a caffeine headache that was real bad because I've been trying to cut back on like my energy drink consumption.
Yeah.
But not like I'm not drinking it anymore because that's how you fail.
Right. You don't stop cold turkey.
Well, I just mean like I wasn't like I'm not gonna drink energy drinks anymore. It's more of like
you just want to have less.
Yeah, and so far I haven't really had any this year.
There you go.
And it's like because it's like well no I'm just in the moment making better choices, not adhering to this restriction. There's no restriction. I'm actually enabling myself to do it. Anyway, so your big bath.
I'm not a particularly tall person. I mean, like 5'11" is not breaking any records. It won't even get me laid with a lot of people because I didn't hit the magic marker. But
height doesn't matter when you're lying down.
That part, that's the T that they won't tell you about.
That's what they won't teach
the
you.
H that they won't tell you about, actually.
Yeah.
No. But I'm not particularly tall. But I'm tall enough that like a traditional like combo shower bath.
Why don't they make them a little longer?
Because standardization. People were smaller back then. Smaller people.
Grow up.
Tiny people.
We had these tiny little like
tiny people. I think it's because they think
like in the movie Indian of the sorry.
I think it's because they think like shower bathtubs aren't for adult people. They're just for kids.
You're right.
So as long as it's big enough for a kid, fuck it.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would anyone want to take a bath? This is awful. Like my knees are out of the water. It's barely covering the tip of my magnum.
Or you gotta like push out and you can't be fully in.
There's like too much and not enough.
And because it's so small to submerge yourself, you're spilling water because it's like otherwise.
And your knees are still out of the water. It's just not it. And then like in this house, I finally had a bathtub that was big enough that I can like be in a bathtub. And I was like, oh, when you're like a size that this works for, this is kind of nice. I still shower
we don't
because
have,
it's
like,
gross.
To me, baths are...
It's relaxation, not cleansing.
Yeah. I'm not getting clean in a bath. It is a bath as an experience. Like
yeah, I get in the bath after like a long, hard day of working on the house, muscles sore,
Epsom
tight.
salt.
Yes.
My sister, I use some of my sisters, and I'm like, oh, like I didn't even think it would make a difference.
Just slide on in and ooh, it feels good. And then as soon as I'm done, it's like cool, shower.
Yeah, shower off the bath.
Yes.
Well, like, because I know, like watching a lot of anime and stuff, like, and when I played Ghosts of Tsushima, like, one of the ways you increase your health is by resting at the natural hot springs or just hot springs. And I'm like, we don't really have those, like, or equivalent.
Not in Arizona.
Not in Arizona, or at least, like, do we even have, like, bathhouses? But, like, that's just, yeah, but, like, you see, but that's exactly it. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't want to be harassed. That's not true. I
Well.
wouldn't. You know what? That's not fair of me to say that. That's me putting an assumption on
Right.
a bathhouse, a regular normal establishment.
Yeah.
But is that what I don't know.
It depends on the bathhouse.
You get what I mean though, right? Like I'm like, where can I go to like can I like
Publicly bathe?
I don't want to publicly bathe, but I guess you just get a hot tub.
Yeah, you just go to a hot tub.
You can't go to a hot tub though.
Yeah, you can.
Where?
Certain gyms.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't go to them.
I haven't heard of one.
My gym's over there.
That's going to be an expensive gym then.
Well.
Yeah, that's fair. Because it's like
Go to a hotel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your parents have one, or they used to.
A hotel.
Yeah. No, the hot tub. Yeah, I guess a hotel works. Yeah, but then you're only allowed till 10, unless I was working, and then it's like, if you guys are quiet, and I get no calls. Quiet. Well, like sometimes, like I loved working night audit. It was like genuinely my favorite job. Like it's a job
You've never had better XP gains.
You're absolutely right. I did my RuneScape account is as good as it is because of that job.
Yeah.
And like if I like won the lottery and I could do whatever I want, like I'd still stream, I'd still do all that, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go work night audit.
There you go.
It's like just for because now it's like it's for,
twice a week. I want a night audit.
It's a passion for my craft.
Right. A passion for hospitality.
I just like hanging out.
Because what's the worst that happens? You have a really bad day, you quit.
Yeah. Yes, though.
And then go to a different one.
Yeah, just transfer.
Do a different night audit.
Mm-hmm. Steal some chips on the way out.
I'm done.
I'm out.
I'm going to go work at the Doubletree Hilton and get those cookies.
I would never work at a Doubletree.
But you get the cookies.
Yeah, but at the Spring Hill Suites, they have Chupa Chups.
Right, but I'm saying if there was a bad experience and you had to go elsewhere,
that's true.
There are cookies at the Doubletree.
I would like to work on Sundays going into Mondays or maybe it was Saturdays. I think it was Saturday going into Sunday that I had to, and it was always me, almost exclusively. Mm-hmm. Or no, every other week it swapped. But I would have to shampoo the carpets in the lobby.
Okay, yeah.
But they weren't terrible. But that's why I liked the other location that I worked at before, because I didn't have to shampoo carpets. So that one was literally I did maybe 30 minutes of work for an entire 10-hour shift. Maybe. It was the bee's knees. But I go tell people, like, people be like, I come out at 10 and I'm like, all right, I got to lock up. And people be like, oh, we're just hanging out. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go do my other rounds. I'll give you guys some more time. Knife. Yeah, holding a knife. To them. And I'm like, but here's the deal. Rounds. I'm like, you guys, you have to keep it down. If I get a single call, I got to kick you guys out, okay? And they'd be like, yeah, like there'd be people where they realize that like, no, I'm being serious, and I'm giving you a whole lot of room, but like, please don't fuck this up. Yeah. And then there's guys that are like, yeah, okay, haha, whatever. And it's like, go away. And I'm like, I'm still gonna let you be nice. And then I would get a call before I finished my rounds. Yeah. Because I have the phone with me. And
in a holster?
No. Oh. No, I wish. I'd keep it in my pocket though.
Okay.
But it was like a phone.
Yeah,
like
new phone. Who did?
No, like a house phone, like a wireless phone that you used to have in your house. Because like if you were like after midnight, I would lock the door, like lock the door so you can get out no problem, but you need your key card to get in the front doors.
Yeah.
And like most of the time, because like my first location was like a business hotel, so like. Typically, by the time I showed up at 10 o'clock at night, there was like 2 people left to check in that were like, they were members, they were regulars. And it's like, they come in, I go, yep, boop, 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 boop. Here, like, you see me, I've given you everything, letting you on your way, like, 2 minutes max.
Yeah.
And that was really good. I liked my customer service. So, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all got 2 hours out of us.
Yeah, you're welcome, bitch.
Yeah, but, Happy 2023.
Happy 2023. Yay.
We'll see you guys in 2024.
I mean, we'll see you before then too, but we will see you in 2024. Oh. What if we just didn't? What if we just
do a New Year's special every year?
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yeah.
But that makes me have a question.
What's your question?
Where's the hype? Where's the hype? Can you get there?
I'm there. Goodbye.
Bye.